Hello, and thank you to the. Hello, everyone. Welcome. We are so happy to have you joining us today to show you around what is new in 2026 for NewsBank and our Access World News Research Collection. My name is Catherine Bergerson. I am the Vice President of Marketing at NewsBank, and we are at the top of the hour, so we are going to get started. Really, the big headline this year is content. More content across more places, in more languages, and in more formats. We are expanding our coverage geographically, really strengthening our local and regional depth, adding industry and topical publications, and really growing the depth of our historical news. And that really matters right now because libraries and media centers are doing more than providing just access to that information. We understand that your emphasis is on student success, critical thinking, and informed conversations. And when students are working on projects, they need a resource that's credible, deep, and discoverable. So that is where NewsBank comes in. We are the largest aggregator of news content in the world, and our focus for 2026, again, is really making that breadth and depth even stronger while continuing to partner with you on awareness, instruction, and usage. I do want to do a little plug here. I know it's important to you, it's important to NewsBank, and it's something that we've been hearing more and more questions about, and it's how our content is sourced. NewsBank licenses content through publisher agreements. We don't just scrape the web. We have a professional editorial team, we have a professional rights and permissions team, and they work closely with publishers to ensure that the partnerships that we create are vetted, they're fair, and they're reliable so that you in turn can feel confident that you're providing credible, responsibly sourced information. So jumping into our agenda today, it's really straightforward. In the next 30 minutes, we want you to leave feeling like you really understand the value of what is included in 2026 and all that rich content that's available. We're going to show you how to pinpoint the information that you're looking for and how to go deeper into your searches, share ways to get the information out of the media center and into the hands of your teachers and students, and we want to answer your questions. So please feel free to use the question box at any time to submit. We will do our best to get to all of them. You may see on the left side of your screen, there are icons. You can pop those open. The little chat icon, type your question in there. On the document icon, open that up. We've got some handouts in there. So I want to let you know the session is recorded. We'll send out a copy of the presentation following today's event. And all of our contact information, the resources we talk about, the links that we share throughout today are available in that handout section. You can download it now. So without further ado, let's take a walk through Access World News Research Collection 2026. I am going to turn it over to my colleague, Matt Stawicki, who is the Vice President of Sales for K12 schools and community colleges. Hi, Matt.
Hi, Catherine, and thanks so much for the gracious introduction. I hope everybody's doing well and really appreciate you joining us today. Can you see my desktop okay?
We can, yes.
Okay, great. So this is Access World News. Like Catherine said, one of the value add things we are bringing to the table in 2026 is content, even more content than we had before. This resource has over 14,930 sources from across over 200 countries and territories around the world. It has over 1.4 billion documents in it and is updated daily. With those daily updates, we are adding about 3 articles per second every single day. That's how quickly this system just continues to grow. There is not a topic or a subject area that I've ever searched or been asked to search where we have not received results from. It covers perspectives from very hyper-local to state to regional, national, and international opinions and perspectives from across the entire political spectrum, from one side to the other. Over 19 languages, including a lot of Spanish, French, and German, multiple source types, and more. Let me jump in and just show you how easy it is to use this resource. So, a perfect example, immigration is a big item in the news today. So if I search immigration, I am going to get over 9 million results on immigration because the database is just so large. So the importance of using this database is the filters that you see down the left-hand side. We automatically default to the newest, but I can resort my data to the oldest or get best match. Okay. I have multiple date filters. So I can use my date slide bar here and filter to just content from 2010 forward and hit apply. That will remove right there almost 3 million results just by doing that. And you'll note how that changes. And it shows me a spike here in 2025. I can hone just in on that 2025 result. Okay. I can put in my own ad hoc set of dates. So I can put in today. I can say, give me data from the past 6 months. I can put in a range of years. So you can put in your own ad hoc set of dates. And then down here are your results by year. So if I hit more options, you'll see here my results by year. And if I wanted to hone in just on 2025, I click, hit apply, and that will show me my results now just from 2025. Okay, and now I'm under 1 million results. Now, if I enter a filter by mistake or I didn't get the results I expected, I can come up to the top, hit X and clear it there, or I can clear it in the associating filter. So by doing that, now I removed that filter and I'm back to that 2010 to present filter. Okay. Like I said, we have multiple source types. It's all news and media information, but it's audio, professional blogs, college and university newspapers, journals and magazines, newsletter, newspaper, newswire, transcript, video, web-only content. Okay, I can click on any one of these to filter just to that source type. More options allows me to open it up. And again, maybe I only want the journals and magazines. I hit apply. Now I've only got journal and magazine content. Okay. And again, clear my filters up here or clear right here. Okay. Source name. So you can go to a specific source name. If I hit more options, you'll see here, based on this search right now, we're pulling data from 12,632 different sources. If I only want to get content from the USA Today, I can simply start clicking that in. Okay, scroll down, and here I see I've got the USA Today in 3 different versions. I've got it, their full text content. I've got this in an image edition of the newspaper, and we're getting their web-only content. I hit apply. I now only have the content from the USA Today. And you can see the way this looks like a PDF, that's image content versus this, which is full text. Okay. And again, if I didn't get the results, simply X out and remove that. Okay. We've got source location. So here, because we're pulling content from over 200 countries and territories around the world, I can filter by continent, country, region, state, province, or city. So example, if I only wanted content, maybe from New York, okay? I just start typing, well, here's New York. I click in New York, hit apply. So now I only have results from the New York sources, okay? And you'll note here, now I just see all the different cities from New York. And right now, we're getting content from 226 different cities from around New York, okay? So if I only wanted content from the capital, Albany, I can simply click in there and hit apply. So now I've got only my content from Albany, okay? And again, if I don't get the results I want or anything else, I can simply X out and clear those filters, okay? I can filter by reading level. And you'll note we've got reading levels from grade 1 all the way through to grade 12. The lower reading levels in many cases are going to be editorial comments and so on. But if I wanted content, for example, only in 8th and 9th grade reading level, simply check the box and hit apply. Now, you'll note that you do not see any image edition content because image editions cannot be Lexiled. Okay, only full text articles can be Lexiled. Okay, so you would remove all image editions when you apply a Lexile level. Okay, and then multiple languages. So here, the results right here are in 16 different languages. Okay, we actually have 19 different languages available within the system. If I wanted to look at what Spanish content do we have, simply put a checkbox in there, hit apply. Now, I did my search in English, so I am therefore going to get results back in both English and Spanish because we have publishers that give us content in both languages. So a good example is right here, El Nuevo Herald, okay? We get that, that's the Miami Herald. We get that in English and we get that in Spanish. So I'll get those results in both languages. You can, however, put a search up here in a language like Spanish or German and get results just in those languages, okay? Now, just to show you the types of results you've got results in full text. So when I click in here, here's what a full text article looks like. Tools for the user across the top. Increase the text size, create the citation, and you can export that to EasyBib, RefWorks, or Noodle Tools. Here, for example, is the MLA 9 citation. I can copy and paste this someplace. I can email this to someone if I wish, and when they get that, they can open it on their phone, in a tablet, whatever they wish. They also do not need to be authenticated user. They can read that one article you emailed them. I can print this and include the citation. I can download it to a PDF or to Google Drive. I can copy the link, and this is a Doro link to this article. So whenever I click on this link, it will open up this article so you can share it with a teacher, with students, with parents. And then you've got your Google Classroom link here, where if I were logged into Google Classroom, I could drop this into an assignment and so on, okay? All full text articles also have a read along. You evoke the read along, it will highlight the words and read right along with it. I realize you may not be able to hear it right now, but you get the general idea, okay? If I hit next, that'll bring me to the next result, which was an image edition. So I just want to show you what that looks like. Image editions are in full color, as you can see, okay? And again, tools for the user. Search the page or the issue for more information because we have the entire issue of this paper loaded. Information on where did my results come from. February 4th edition, page 8. Again, the citation tool, the email function, a clip function. This function gets used heavily by students because the image editions are very, very visual. So, example, maybe I want to pull out this caption. So I select my clip, I move it to what I want to capture, and then I have the option to print it, download it, save it to Google. I can download it and include the citation, and that will now clip this photo directly off of the page for me, okay, and give me a nice, clean PDF that I can now include in my one-page essay, okay? And again, I can print the full page of the clip, download it, the copy link, again, a Doro link, the Google Classroom, and because we've got the entire issue of the paper loaded, I can peruse previous page, next page, jump to a page this way, or simply use my thumbnails and jump to example page 1 here of the Advocate out of Australia. Okay, that's how easy it really is to use this basic search function. A second way you can do function, which I recommend often, is clicking the more search options. Now, this allows me to tie in multiple terms. Okay, so example, if I want to search immigration, instead of all the fields, maybe I only want it when immigration appears in the headline, which means I'm going to get a more accurate result. And maybe I want to tie this to, I'll just say, England. Okay, so now what I'm looking for is I want immigration in the headline and the word England in full text. By doing that, I will now get a better set of results. Now, remember, I had 9 million results when I just typed in immigration. Now I'm down to less than 60,000 results, and I can apply the same filters down the sidebar. So it allows you to get more accurate results by using that more options, and you can add as many of these and tie as many terms together as you wish. You also have the option to go directly to a country. So example is if I wanted to go to South America and I only wanted to look at content from a specific country in South America, like Brazil, for example, okay, boom, now I've got just Brazil. Whatever search I do is only going to give me my results from Brazil. So that's your keyword searching. Very, very easy. Second way to get the content are your suggested topics. These are all the main subject areas searched within schools. Okay. When I click on any one of these, that will open up a set of subtopics. So here I've got a bunch of subtopics around STEM. Okay. And maybe I want to look at what's the latest information on TikTok. Click, and that will run a search that we have created. So you can see we're searching information in the headlines with a word count of more than 100. I can modify this if I wish. I can say a word count less than 500, more than 500, and rerun the search, but I've got the same filters down the sidebar. Okay. All of these suggested topics work exactly the same. All right, where they will create a search and run it for you. Now, we've got this research trending issues category where this first column of access trending issues, we update this every 30 days with the most searched items we see from our customers that are in the K12 world. Okay, so this gets updated every 30 days. And this is what we're seeing the schools search. Now, we also have, of course, those monthly themes, Groundhog Day, another 6 weeks of winter coming, right? Black History Month, and so on. We also added new this year, a year in review, 2025. So see, these are some of the big things we see occur in 2025. And then you'll also note some of the controversial issues we hear a lot about, artificial intelligence, gun control, and so on. Now, if you're looking for something and you don't find it, maybe something in business and economics, if you let us know what that is you're searching for, we'll get that into the hands of our editorial team and we'll create that for you. This entire personal finance section was added at the request of one of our customers. We also now have our hot topics. This highlights what are some of the major key global issues that happened around the world over the last 30 days. This is the February 26 issue. We've got an archive that goes all the way back to March of 2018. It's organized by subject area, current events, business economics, civics government, social issues, science, technology, health, sports, people in the news, literature. If I click on, for example, sports, okay, the Australian Open, the Super Bowl, Hoosiers beat the Hurricane, right? So you'll note a little blurb about what that is, and then we add some questions, some critical thinking questions to get them thinking, and we've got a search. So when I click here, This is going to give me information about that college football championship. Okay. And again, the same filters down the sidebar. Okay. So that's our hot topics. And then we've got our daily headlines and lesson plans. So every day we pull up 10 headlines from around the world. These are the big things we see that are happening around the world. But each day during the school year, we actually create a lesson plan. So here is the new president of Costa Rica, right? And that article about her, a search to get more information. But we've created a lesson plan. And when I click view lesson plan, this opens up a lesson plan around the general election in Costa Rica. Okay, we have the general subject area and educational standards. The lesson plan, always 4 sets of questions around this specific topic. For me to answer all the questions, I not only need to read this one article, but I need to do more research. So here's to find related articles, okay? Vetted websites, and then presentation and assessment options. Again, we add a lesson plan every day during the school year. So if I click the view all lesson plans, you're going to see what we have over 5,860 lesson plans, actually 5,863. Tomorrow, 5,864. I can search them by subject area, or I can search them here just by typing in some information. So example is, I need some help with financial literacy. I just start typing and it hones in on the title of the article, so of the lesson plan rather. So here are lesson plans around financial literacy, okay? Media literacy. Here's a lesson plan around media, social media, and hate speech, okay? So you can see very, very easy to use. And if I look at my subject area, you'll see I've got 632 around business. So can still narrow down that way. So that's our headlines and lesson plans. That is literally Access World News. It's that easy. And then last but not least, we do create what we call quick links. So if there's specific content that's important to you and you want a quick link to search just within that one source or maybe a set of sources, here, for example, is a quick link for the USA Today. So we're only going to click the USA Today, and here it just searches in that. We could set up a quick link for just your state content, for example. So we can set up quick links for you at your request. Okay. Any questions I might be able to answer?
Sure, Matt. Thank you. Thank you very much. A quick reminder to everyone, if you have questions, you'll see the little chat icons. Just open those up and type them in, but we do have a few questions. The first is, my district has a career academy. Can we set up a search topic for a specific career, specifically nursing?
Yes, we can do that. So we have a careers category here, but that's really a big summary about that. In the career academies, of course, they set up classes for nursing, and I've seen fighters there and so on. If you reach out to us with the topics you would like to see within a nursing category or an engineering category, we'll get that into the hands of our editorial team and can build that for you. And in many cases, we may already have that built because we've done a lot of that work for the technical community colleges.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. Another question about, I don't see my local newspaper. Can you add it?
Okay, so there, the answer is there is a possibility of that. If you don't see your local content or the newspaper or even a source that you're looking for, let us know what that is. We'll reach out to our rights and permissions group. Those are the people that take care of licensing the content. And they'll give us an update as to, are they already talking and trying to work with that publisher? Maybe they're not, and they'll add that publisher to their list. So we'll get content, we can add content that way. Sometimes they can get a license done in a matter of a couple of months. Sometimes it takes years. It all depends on the publishers.
Good question. Good question. And yes, we're always, open to ideas and seeing what we can do. We've got some good shout outs on the lesson plans. Like those, use those. Great for days that I have subs. Thank you for everybody who give a shout out to the lesson plans. There is a question. If we have ideas, can you help us create a topic?
Yes. So if you've got ideas and you're looking to get lesson plans for those, for those ideas, again, let us know what they are. We can get that into the hands of our editorial team, and what they'll do is they'll look for specific articles around that specific topic and can build the lesson plan around that.
Excellent, excellent. Well, in the interest of time, we are going to move on, but we'll pause again in a few minutes. So if you have other questions, don't hesitate to enter them. Thank you, Matt. Thank you for showing us around. Wow, 2026, big, lots and lots there. We want to help you get this information now into the hands of your colleagues, teachers, the students, and really make the most out of your NewsBank collection. And the engagement strategies I'm about to share are ready to use. You can download them. They're in the handout section. You can download them and customize them for your school or library, district, or class. Just copy and paste them, or feel free to personalize them. So number one is hosting a hands-on training. NewsBank, in fact, Matt and his team, they offer complimentary training sessions for customers. So you can gather a group of people, let us know a good time. We'll find something that's mutually convenient and really get down to the nitty-gritty of the questions you have specifically for your district. Another idea, use this presentation. You'll be getting a recording of it in your email. Feel free to share it with others who may find it beneficial, and you can do it as a virtual training. Building your online web presence. This is really the number one thing we see with customers who are successful in getting good usage out of their NewsBank resources. So perhaps you have on your website a featured resource of the month, a did you know section. Add Access World News there. You can see some examples here of Manolo schools, some other schools, how they built it in. They use the graphics that we provide. Others made their own. So really, the more places you can add it, the more likely it is that people will discover it. And we're happy to help give you ideas. Number three are scavenger hunts, and these are really growing in popularity. It's an easy way to get students into the resource with our ready-to-use scavenger hunts. You can download them, you can share a link, students can immediately get in and get searching. We've had several requests in the last few months for scavenger hunts for some of our other products, including our Life in America collections. So those are in the works and they'll be coming soon. But right now we do have several on our website, and definitely use them. And again, like Matt said, in other areas, if you have ideas or suggestions for us, let us know and we'll see what we can do. And then video views. We have a very large collection of how-to videos. They're brief, anywhere from like 40 seconds to about 2 minutes to learn how to use the various features. Matt did an in-depth overview, but we have them broken down into how to do a citation, how to do an advanced search. So take those, you can put them as links on your website near the resource, include them once in a while in a newsletter, or make social media posts out of them, or on YouTube. Please use and share them. So those are just some top ready-to-use engagement ideas. You can find these and many more. We have an online school marketing resource center. It's online, and again, if you download this presentation, all the links are embedded. You can get right to these pages so you don't have to hunt and peck around. So I really encourage you, even if you aren't the marketing person at your school, pass this on to them. They may find it valuable. So I will pause here, and Matt, if you are online, see if we have any other questions.
I am still here, and one thing I want to just let everybody know that coming soon, NewsBank is building a translator tool into Access World News that will allow you to translate your full text articles into 34 different languages. Additionally, it will have a text to speech feature that will allow you to put that speech into 24 different native languages. So look for that. We expect that to be in the system sometime during the second quarter.
Excellent. Oh, thank you. That's a great tip. Yeah, 2026, that we are saying it's just like rolling content. It's a big year for content, a big year for upgrades and features. So definitely join us for our upcoming webinars. Let us know other ideas that you have. We would love to know what you think. This is just a big year for content, and to know that it's reliable and responsibly sourced. It's dynamic. As Matt said, new content is being added every second. Sources are being added almost daily, and creating that visibility is really key. Get it into the hands of your students and teachers. Use those ready-to-use marketing resources. We want to help you get it out, get it used, so that you can help with those critical conversations and assignments that you're having. Up next, we invite you to our upcoming webinars. This will continue the conversation about 2026. We have next week on February 10th, we will be featuring America's historical newspapers. So we'll go a little bit more in depth on what's new in our historical content and what's coming soon. On February 17th, we are going to have a new Life in America collection webinar. Matt and I will be back. That collection continues to grow. Big news there about what's coming out in 2026. So please come back for those two sessions, and you will receive registration links in the follow-up email that you will get. So keep an eye out for that. And also, if you have colleagues you think would benefit, feel free to forward that link along. Today's presentation is just one step in our commitment to working with you. Please, I encourage you, before we say goodbye, take a moment, download those documents in the handout section so you can refer back to them. If you have any trouble, shoot us an email, I'll send it over to you. Again, we really encourage you, take advantage of that customized training session. If you would like to reach out to customer service or the resource center, LMS integrations, all those links are right here. So we hope you found the training valuable and that you have actionable ways to reach out to your teachers and students right away. As you log out, there's a brief survey. Please let us know what you thought about today's session and how we can improve in the future. On behalf of the NewsBank team, thank you for sharing part of your day with us. Goodbye.